make the Talia
to Onivia highlights.
very easily.
These are the best highlights
for
from the
LYON, the buy already banned out in that
North.
first half by 100 Thieves, so
Spring
they won't have to deal with that deadly
Being
combo.
one of the best yourself.
That's when nobody can deny it. That's when it's just a matter of fact, as River and LYON are going to find one another here in the river. But now it's Ayla jumping in immediately as 100 Thieves are ready to go in for the 3v3. Lions down to below half HP, but FBI and Ayla the same way. First blood over to LYON, and LYON are on the board. River's next to drop, and it's a 2-for-0. LYON absolutely smashing his three.
They're up 1K, and they get 3 grubs. When you are the one who is winning the early game, who is having the pushing lanes, grubs get so much more value.
Yeah. I mean, grubs they're a down payment objective, right? Like, yeah, sure, it's nice to grab the extra EXP for your jungler. It's nice to get the little bit of gold that they reward, but it's really all about how much more value you can get.
One grub, giving over 6 definitely feels rough, but they're so late to the play that it is going to be, you know, if anything, just 1 steal on a grub, and
doesn't even get it, but LYON in some danger now as Ayla jumps in to help River, trying to take out the LYON jungler. Sniper's ready to join the fight now too, as Adi has to flash away. A lot of damage though, back onto River, who tries to get away with an Afiri W, but he's so very low. First kill goes over to Sniper, picking off Lions, as Saint's the next to fall, and Sniper goes to the skies. 100 Thieves striking back.
100 Thieves just fight their way out of it, man. It just seems to have
objective here as Drake number 2 has spawned. They only got 1 out of 6 of those grubs like we were talking about earlier, but with the first Drake already in their possession, they would love to keep this stack going forward. Quid's job is just to zone Licorice away, make it so Cassante can't really feel comfortable trying to enter towards the battlefield up here, and it looks like he'll have no problems doing that as the Drake is secured by River.
It is really nice to see these lanes. Is going to punish the lack of MR on Licorice? Not very much.
Licorice doing a good job staying alive up here, but a 3v1 is never great odds. River looking for a little bit more damage there with the Dark and Daggers, jumps forward, but Licorice goes unstoppable with the Pathmaker trying to get away. Weaver's wall is going to claim it though, and 100 Thieves get kill number 3.
And that's going to be the feat of warfare for them, so pretty important kill. LYON and Henna are pushing up in mid lane, trying to knock this tower down. You can see Saint is shoving down in the bot lane as well, and they're looking for a potential dive here on a Sniper.
Yeah, could be some trouble. Nice CC chain from Lions. Not quite enough damage there. It is the ultimate from the Azir, finishing off the kill, guaranteeing they get what they came for, and this should also facilitate LYON taking that first turret, so 1 feet going back their way as well.
Yeah, that's going to be nice. Going to be able to...
I completely trolled because 100 Thieves got the one on the other side of the map right beforehand.
Still, first tower for them. They are going to be able to grab, and they almost got the mid lane tower. So that is going to be nice. Of course, the feats of strength are going to go to 100 Thieves. They have the upgraded boots. Unfortunately, Nautilus got the kill, I guess with Ignite or something. I'm not even sure. I didn't see how he got that last hit onto the Jace, but that was a shutdown. Would have been really nice to have that gold there over onto Saint, who has his Nashor's Tooth completed, is going to be building in towards the Leandries. And we'll see where he wants to go from there.
Lots of tiers this game as well. You already talked a little bit about the Seraph's Embrace that Quid is building towards, but you know, it's going to be a Manamune for Jace. It's going to be another one for the Ezreal. It's going to be another one for the Varus too. So all of these stacking up, trying to get to that 360 breakpoint for the big power spike, but the tier 1 turret in mid, now also going to be claimed by LYON.
Yeah, you can see Henna as well went for the
LYON has to try to walk up, face check into a situation where you're having to dodge accelerated shock blasts, mystic shots, every single rock that Talia is going to throw. Well, all of a sudden, now there's not quite as much pressure on Ayla to have these massive engages because everybody on LYON will just get shot to pieces before it even happens. Adi land, nice disengage there with the ulti, but he's ready to charge back right into the fight. Ayla here on the front line, locked up by Lions. Licorice with the teleport in, and Ayla is in danger. Nice kill going over to Henna, and they're looking for another. FBI on the run. Adi land's got to be a little bit careful here. 100 Thieves disengages after losing their support.
Yeah, they thought they actually had a catch here onto LYON, but he has a really nice sidestep on the Shattering Strike, the Q flash from Ayla. And then, because he has no mark on Ayla, he's able to knock him out of the crash down with his ultimate. That was beautiful from LYON. Is able to just completely outplay in that situation and kind of single-handedly wins them the fight, and as a result, wins them the dragon.
Exactly. Sometimes you have a really cool play in League of Legends, but it really doesn't turn into a whole lot. It's just cool points more than anything. That was a really sick play that then completely shuts in. As soon as he sees Seismic Shove underneath him, he knows, all right, I'm going back in one way or the other. I might as well charge.
Yeah, absolutely. And we can see LYON was talking about, you know, scrimming against these top 4 teams, and of those top 4 teams, he saw 100 Thieves as the most beatable, the most likely to get a, you know, quote-unquote upset against. It's interesting because some players I talked to didn't even think that 100 Thieves should be ranked in the top 4. They thought that LYON, already based on scrims, should be actually ranked above them. So there is obviously, you know, disagreement based based on how scrims are going versus different teams. Sniper almost has the momentum fully stacked, and we know here comes Quid. We'll see if they can pull up this dive, though. The tower is there.
Ooh, nice move from Saint, trying to stop this, but still a ton of damage coming out from 100 Thieves. Saint very low, but the rocks are not there. Quid is now in danger as Licorice arrives to back up his mid laner. The seismic shove fadeaway will not find anything. It is a long walk down here to the Otacon.
Top as well. They have no idea.
Now, LYON isn't taking this particularly fast, and one thing we have seen before is teams not respect the Otacon resistance shred enough if they're taking a long time fighting it, having everybody stand inside the pit for a long time. But no, 100 Thieves, they can't get there in time. So not only is it the outplay in the top lane, that outplay then immediately sets them up to take the Otacon. You might not be stacking all of the dragons like you wanted to early on for 100 Thieves, but at least those first couple of dragon takes have put you in a spot where you can comfortably give one over in a situation where it could be very dangerous to play into, like what we're seeing with the Otacon buffs. So yeah, hands off the wheel. All right, whatever. You guys get this one.
Yep. And they're kind of saying, that's what you're going to earn yourself with the Otacon, is we're not going to actually contest this. We don't want to fight into GAs. Even if we could win a 5v5, you're going to be able to come back on the map and potentially punish afterwards. Baron spawning here in just about a minute, so that is going to be the next big objective. Sniper able to get that tier 2, which is huge, and they're looking for a pick mid. Yeah, LYON's in some danger here. Has to try to Spider-Man his way out of it. The dredge line connects onto the terrain and gives him enough on top if they could have secured that last little bit of damage on the Nautilus kill. Yeah, I mean, Sniper here gets so much gold from that tier 2. 700 gold on that isolated tier 2 tower take. It is so valuable when you grab that. FBI trying to defend here. 100 Thieves are collapsing, but this tower is just going to be gone. Yeah, tower's already gone, but Ayla goes in for the engage. Licorice here on the front line, very, very low as Sniper is ready to go into the skies. Licorice caught inside the Weaver's wall, but Quid is already down. The first false life is going to be procced as Licorice continues trying to disengage. But he will be shut down by River as the Otacon buff expires right at the worst possible time. Now Adiland, LYONs, and Saint all have to try to get away. FBI's low HP, but the rest of the Thieves are ready to chase. River continues firing forward as it looks like there is going to be an escape for Adiland, but no way home for LYONs. The Hex Gates getting two of the LYON players out of danger. They know that they need to go in before they absorb too much more. Ayla is on the side, and he could look for a really good engage. He's trying to deny any potential hard commit from LYON. If they hard commit to this fight, they could get pinched. Okay, Adi jumps over the wall, ready to go for the smite fight, but it's going to be secured by River's Nefiri instead. Now the 1v1 back in the Dragon Pit is not going the way of the Xin Zhao, as LYONs have to try to get away, but a nice seismic shove seals his fate. Now the Nefiri ready to go in once again as the True Shot barrage flies through and nearly kills off Adiland. A beautiful shot coming out from Sniper to seal the deal, but River may have gone too far. He jumps back in with the ultimate reset, but he gets himself away because the W is a very balanced ability. That is actually crazy. He dives in 1v3 under the tier 2 tower with the tier 1 tower still alive, gets his 0 ult, and then just gets out no problem. That is nuts. River definitely using that character's kit to the maximum, and now they're going to be able to get a Baron off the back of that as well. River actually played that whole sequence so incredibly well. Yeah. Was very, very aggressive, always being able to bait abilities, being able to shred people, hitting multiple Qs. Force it down. Also, shout outs again to Sniper for securing that accelerated shock blast at the very back into the fight in that previous one. Guarantees there's no way for the enemy team to try to contest the Baron. He got his one. Sets him up. Hey, he's a sniper. He sniped. That was good. There you go. All right, mid lane tier 2 turret pops. 100 Thieves going to pick that one up, and then immediately Quid throws out the Weaver's wall. Saint wants to go for the engage on FBI, but he doesn't have enough damage, and FBI escapes. Saint immediately forced back down into the dirt, and 100 Thieves now with nobody dead on their own side, with Saint out of the picture for 50 seconds, and even once he revives, he's got no ult and no flash. 100 Thieves can smell the blood in the water. Yeah, and no Zonias as well. That is really tough. He tried to catch him by Eing forward and then flash ulting to react to that Arcane Shift, but he used both the Arcane Shift and the Flash to create even more space. Ezreal's one of the champions that it's so tough to actually do that to, because they have the secondary dash to avoid your follow-up Flash, so FBI able to create that space, stays alive here, and 100 Thieves are pushing. They are low in health, but they get the kill. LYONs is already down. A nice seismic shove from Quid. Didn't even need any setup, and now the second shove is going to force Licorice to try to flash away. River continues jumping forward, and LYON is scrambling just to stay alive.
100 Thieves force their way into the bottom lane of the base.
Constantly drawing that pressure. And look at Ayla on the flank.
Yeah, Ayla's ready because the True Shot Barrage already popped the Edge of Night off of Henna. Now the Rel's ready to immediately jump in with a Magnet Storm, and there goes River straight after the Lethality Varus. Henna just fighting to try to stay alive, but Quid has already gone on a killing spree. Sniper versus Audieland off of the side, and Sniper dies. LYON trying to get FBI now, but the damage is just too much. A double kill back over to Quid, and everybody on LYON except Audieland is staring at a black and white screen. 100 Thieves on the victory march.
100 Thieves finally able to get that decisive team fight win. They find the flank on Henna, and that is going to be that.
There we go. That mid lane turret is already gone. The inhibitor falls right after. They've got the super minions coming up through the bottom lane. There is no way for Audieland to do anything about this. Tries to maybe grab one little bit of a cheeky damage there in the river, but not enough. The ace for Quid's Talia. 100 Thieves will continue the reign of terror of the top 4 teams. 11-0 now. LYON could not find their way to get this one done. 14-7. 100 Thieves get the dub.
Back-to-back days for 100 Thieves. They do